This is the world of Dr. Doolittle.
Hold it, Dave. Doctor who?
Dr. Doolittle, Alvin. You remember? You saw the picture.
Doolittle? Boy, I thought he did an awful lot for a man named Doolittle.
Hello and welcome. Looks like we made it, guys.
What do you mean?
50th episode.
Oh.
They said it wouldn't last. I mean, when we started this in February 2021, who would have thunk that we could get out one a month at this rate? Not much. I mean, most people would be celebrating their 100th, 200th, 300th episode, but we're just, baby steps.
I have a job.
Quality over quantity is what I say.
You've got kids.
No, I was thinking about this. I'm going to defend us here for a minute. The goal is not to churn out episodes. The goal is to live with an album long enough that you truly understand it and you can rank it. That's what we're doing. We're not just making content. We're understanding these albums.
That's right.
That's beautiful. Love it.
I like the way you're thinking. It's the end of the year, and we've had a couple listeners send us their Spotify, not that we condone that company, who is literally how we upload our podcast every week, but I've heard they're very artist friendly now.
And if they want to sponsor us, we're listening.
Oh, for sure. Since we make barely enough to pay for itself, as in zero. But anyway, a couple of listeners sent us these really nice screenshots of their Spotify rap saying that we're their favorite or their most listened to podcast of the year. I don't know if we do it enough, but thank you so much for listening.
Absolutely.
I figured it's our 50th. We should say some nice things.
I always look at the country stat. I always love that one. It's like, wow. 45 countries.
My thing is, anybody other than my mom listening is like a huge win, and my mom doesn't listen, so that's like it's all gravy.
You guys have told me recently about friends that listen, and I always enjoy that because we don't talk about it that much. But a friend of mine tonight, he said, "I didn't know you had a podcast," which is one of my favorite sentences to hear, because that means I'm not telling people when I see them out in the real world, hey, by the way, did you hear my podcast? I know so many people who only speak the language of my band, my podcast, my life. And so it's good. So we have all these strangers that listen to us. We don't know these people that I know.
We want to. We
would love to.
I like meeting Smith fans. I like meeting Jellyfish fans. Let's do it.
There's one story that I said I wanted to tell because it's our 50th that I don't believe I've told before, and it's our favorite listener story by far. We were going to the Cruel World Festival in Pasadena a few years ago, and the night before, my girlfriend Charlotte and I had seen an all-star garage rock show in Los Angeles, and the guy who put it together is a guy named Lenny Kaye, who did a famous Nuggets compilation of this kind of like 60s garage rock thing years ago. And we saw him the next day walking around this festival, and we stopped to tell him how much fun we had, how great it was. He couldn't have been nicer. And we let him go. And right behind him was Mike Peters from The Alarm, who had sung a song or two the night before. So we said, hey, you were great too. And he said, oh, that's really great. Rest in peace, as some
Mike
of you may know.
Peters, that's right. He passed away.
And so, we just said a quick hello. We both liked The Alarm, but we didn't want to, take his time. And we turned to walk away, and a guy looked at me and said, are you Adam? And I said, yes. And he said, I love your podcast. And I looked at Charlotte and I said, how much did you pay this person? And she was as much in shock as me. And that's our friend Will. Will lives on the East Coast. I don't remember how he originally found us, but he is one of our top listeners. He never misses an episode. We actually got to hang out a little bit when he was out in Santiago this year, and it's just my favorite story. Like we Adam, think no one is listening.
You actually told the story. You didn't do a good job. You didn't even get to the part of how he recognized that you were you.
Oh, you're right. He heard my voice.
And
Really?
your
He
laugh,
recognized
right?
your voice?
Didn't you
Oh, I don't
recognize
remember
your
the laugh.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh,
your
no,
laugh
I
when you
don't
told
think
us.
so.
But
Could've
what
been.
amazes
Could've
me
been.
is he didn't only recognize that was a voice from We Will Rank You, but he also knew exactly who.
Oh, yeah. It
who
was the
who
annoying one.
and matched
I
the
know.
voice to the person. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
the guy with the
all
bad
bags.
takes.
The guy with, I was going to say the same thing.
And
I
the
mean,
guy
there's-
who does nothing but talk about my band, my band, my band.
Right. Yes. There's so many podcasts that I listen to or where I've grown to know these people a little bit, even though I've never met them. I've never spoken with them. And it's so strange to think that there are people who listen to us enough to know the difference.
Oh, yeah.
in this or this. So yeah, we will hear sometimes like, oh, that surprised me that Jim or Dan or you would say this or that. And I'm like, what? How do you know?
No,
Like,
yeah,
oh, yeah. Maybe they've listened to us for 50 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Well,
I was hanging out with Bateman on Tuesday, and it was the same thing. We were talking about this, how people know,
Jason, your buddy.
Sure, as you do. If you're now that we're telling stories, two other little anecdotes that I loved. One, I'm not going to get the full backstory right, but I remember someone wrote in and said something to the effect of like, my wife and I have decided that, I'm a Jim and she's a Dan or something like that, where they had determined like their personality types based on like the rankings. So that was amazing. And then the other one was that person who sent in the bingo card of all of the sayings that we say
Phrases,
too
yeah.
often.
Oh my
Yeah.
So
God,
that
I
you can,
completely forgot about that.
right? So you
We're
can play We
sorry.
Will Rank You bingo. And they had us so pegged that I looked at that card, and then as I listened to episodes after that, I was like, oh my God, we do say all these things.
Yeah, we
Like,
need
it
a
was
better
amazing.
vocabulary for sure.
Oh my gosh, I need to refine that. I completely forgot. Oh, isn't old age the best? And that way I can listen to old episodes, which I've done in the past couple of weeks, and I don't remember any of it, even ones from like a month or two ago. So God knows how these people are retaining any information about us. We did put it out that if anyone wanted to ask us some questions, they could, and we did get a stack of good questions. We don't have time for all of them.
Let's just do two. Let's just do top two. 'Cause
Here's
we
our
talked
top
about
two.
this. Okay, go.
All right, yeah. From Belfast, Ireland, we've got Raymond McCullough. Great last name. He says, you
Yeah.
all continually make reference to UK and Irish bands you listened to through your teens, thinking of Madness, Cure, Tears for Fears, The Smiths, etc. Were these bands niche? Were they mainstream? There were others that I don't recall, but you must have spent a lot of time listening to British bands.
I got an
Well-
answer.
Not Jim.
91X was a great radio station in San Diego and brought a lot of great stuff to our ears. And we did an episode about the crossover, right, or the changeover to the new format of new wave. But in my case, everybody should have an older brother that's into really good music. Like that's the best way to get music to your ear holes. And so Sam has a handle called Your Older Brother, right? I mean, that's why he calls it that, because it's a music website or whatever. Anyway, I have friends with an older brother, and we were getting a lot of good music. And then, when you're into the British bands, then all of a sudden you see the young ones on TV. MTV was like playing the young ones, that British show.
Yeah.
Guys. Yeah. And then, I went to England and specifically London when I was 14 years old. My dad traveled for work, and he took the family on this work trip. And, it culminated in, we didn't go to the Abbey Road crosswalk on that tourist stop, but I forced my parents to walk to Wardour Street because of the Jam song and A-Bomb on Wardour Street. So
Right.
I got deep really quick and just big Anglophile since I was a kid because of all that stuff. So it was in the air, right? I mean, it was all around us. And you had the guys that were into ska, and you had the guys that were into the New Romantics, but it was all coming from the new wave of Britain.
But would you say that most people were into these bands? Because that's his question.
No, but all the cool kids were.
Right. I would say that we were lucky, and we talked about this on the episode about 91X, that that station became so popular so quick that there were actually a majority of people that we grew up with that liked this kind of music. And that, I don't think it was like that in most parts of America, but the most popular bands at our school, when they did like little, what do you call it? Like
polls, yeah.
Polls, it would be like U2, Oingo Boingo, it would be these 91X bands. The radio station would come to our school and DJ our dances, and everybody in the school would dance to alternative music. So all the bands that he mentioned were popular, and they were all playing larger, if not arenas, then, theaters, like big theaters and places like that. So none of the bands that he mentioned, sure, there were lesser known bands that not everyone knew, but we were lucky. We lived in this weird utopia of the right place, right time, where so many people were into this kind of music, and we had all kinds of friends that we could talk to about it.
Yep.
So thanks for your question. Do we like Irish, by the way? We love Irish. I've never been. Have you guys been?
Ireland?
I haven't.
England
and Scotland, but
Wales
not Ireland. Yeah. Well, we know where our first combined trip is, guys.
Yeah,
That's
let's
right.
go to, yeah.
Love me some Undertones, as long as you're from Belfast. Thank you. And then I think the other one we're going to take is Toby Hill, who is a guy from Bend, Oregon. Been there? I've been there.
No,
I've not.
never.
Nope.
It's lovely. All right. He says, is there such a thing as an unrankable album? As in, every track is so near perfect, it would be too agonizing to sort out best and worst. Sort of like a Sophie's Choice of album tracks.
Have you guys thought of one we've done that you would consider to be like the toughest?
Yes.
Me too. Dan, you? You get to think if you haven't already.
Not an immediate one, but I can think of ones that are up there for sure.
What do you think of first, Jim?
Ocean Rain for sure, because every song is different. You know what I mean? So that it's like the best version of that Echo song, and this is the best version of that. It's just perfect from beginning to end. And I think I had the title track ranked last. I mean, how do you? They're all number ones. They're all number ones.
I don't know what's harder. Like, I'd be curious what you guys think is harder, if an album is really diverse or super samey.
If it's super samey, it's not going to be as much a favorite probably in my book. But for me, the hardest ones to rank are the ones I've always just thought of as albums.
Right.
And so the first one that comes to mind for me is OK Computer, where I've never picked out favorites, because you start it at Airbag and you take it off, at the end, and you just you always listen all the way through, and you don't just go, I'm in the mood for track 6, which some albums I have no problem doing that. Like, I have some clear favorites, and the other stuff maybe sometimes, but so those are always tough for me.
I agree with that. And all the hardcore fans notice that you don't know the last track of OK Computer.
I didn't want to misspeak. I didn't want to misspeak.
I'm going to guess the tourist, but I'm not sure. Anyway.
That's happened a few times where we're like, gosh, I listen to this album a lot, but I don't remember these last songs. It means like our attention span is
details.
Just not
I remember the songs, just do I remember the names?
Right. I was going to say Violent Femmes was a hard one, because I love them all, and generally they're kind of samey because it's just 3 instruments for the most part on that record. I remember having a really hard time with that one. I loved them all, but that was my first thought. It's like, well, I guess a samey one would be really hard, like a Ramones record or AC/DC or whatever, or something like that. Like, most of the ones we've done are not really that samey, even though the word samey does come up sometimes when we do this. I mean, I really love the idea of doing a record we don't like, which has been sort of like alluded to.
That box has been checked.
Right. Who did we got this random request for a guy who wanted to do a Raffi album, and I was really pushing for that on the last request episode.
Life is too short.
Something really famously bad, like the Shags or something like that. I would love to do someday, just to watch you guys struggle through it. But I don't know.
I've already watched you guys struggle through, so I don't need that again.
Well, speaking of what episode I'm sure you're alluding to, I thought we'd do a quick rundown of our least listened to and most listened to episodes. I think I might have posted this on the socials at one point, but I'm learning more and more that tons of people listen to us regularly and aren't on social media, which is fine. Or
Good
or
for you
don't-
guys.
Don't subscribe. Yes, gosh, I wish I wasn't out here trying to get people to listen to us with too much of my days. So let's talk about the least favorites. So counting down, our fifth least listened to episode was Lana Del Rey's "Born to Die."
Feet don't fail me now. Take me to the finish line.
Controversial, so entertaining.
Wait,
I
does
can-
fifth mean there's 4 that were listened to less than that?
Correct.
Okay.
And I just want to take this time to say, I don't care that you don't know or like her. You have to listen to this episode. It's one of the most entertaining episodes we ever did.
I want to take time to say that's probably the only one that you haven't promoted as aggressively on social media because you were worried about the blowback because of the hatred. And so I think it would have done better. Justice for Lana. I'm done.
Maybe I'll go into her Reddit subreddit and post there. I don't know. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't.
Please don't.
Do it.
I was overly thinking it.
All right.
Fourth least listened to was our Schoolhouse Rock episode.
As your body grows bigger, your mind must flower. It's great to learn.
Because knowledge is power.
Yep.
Which is surprising because
We're-
so many of our listeners
we're
are our
old.
age
Yeah.
and grew up on it. Third least is Little Richard, debut record.
Okay.
Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle John. He claimed he has a music, but he having a lot of fun, oh baby.
Fun one, but yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
Our oldest album we've ever done. Second, and soon to be number one again, is the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. It's Blitz.
Moon's not name. Love left dry. Frost or flame. Skeleton me.
It was a fun one to do. It was the 13th one we ever did, and it's way, way down there. And so the least listened to is recent. So that means it'll overtake the IAS soon, and that is Everything But the Girls, Eden.
If you ever feel the time to drop me a loving line, maybe you should just think twice. I don't wait around on your advice.
I believe in it.
Don't worry, Jen.
I believe in it.
Yeah, it'll clear a few more people. That's very, very
Okay, just top 5, and they're all my albums. I know it. I make the best picks. This is
top
This is a
5.
fact.
You pick
Number
the
5.
easy stuff, the mainstream
Slam
right down the
dunk.
middle.
I pick my favorites, and I'm a man of
Dan
the people.
Dan wants to challenge us. Fifth was our second episode ever, which was The Smiths' Queen is Dead.
Between arches, her very learners with a head in a sling. I'm truly sorry, but it sounds like a wonderful thing.
That was a Jim pick. Number 4 was a request episode, Dan's cousin.
Sure.
Was Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise.
Nice.
Number 3 was XTC, Skylarking.
Yes.
Drowning here in summer's cauldron, under mats of flower lava. Please don't pull me out, this is how I would want to go.
And
Impressive.
number 2, which was number 1 until fairly recently, for years, was our most listened to, was the first Stone Roses record.
Jim's
And then it
pick.
was-
Rest in
Jim's
peace.
pick. Yeah, rest in peace, Maui. And recently overtaken by our wild card episode about our favorite live record.
Wow.
funk.
Super interesting.
So every 10 episodes, we do a request episode. So you guys hit us up with, what you should have done throughout the year, whether we ask or not. And we compile those, think about which ones we would do best, and then let you vote. And so every 10 episodes we've done this. And the ones previous, we've done Blur, Big Star, Fleetwood Mac, and New Order. And for this episode, it was down to the wire, narrowly beating out Village Green Preservation Society by the Kinks is Pixies Doolittle, which is what we are going to talk about tonight. We have to thank two people for that. One, and I don't think I've mentioned them before by name, but it's a Twitter account that is now dead, but they not only nominated Pixies, but they also nominated New Order, which ended up winning our request episode last time, and REM, which we did end up doing.
This sounds a lot like Jim's burner account. I don't know. I'm suspicious.
So whoever Keef Rowe, Keef, like Keith Richards, ROW1 is. Maybe you're out there somewhere under some other handle, but thank you for your suggestion.
It's pronounced Row one. But anyway, keep going.
Thank you. And my old bandmate, Zach, who was in Geezer with me and is now the singer for Smash Mouth. This is one of his favorites, and we sure love them a lot. We used to play quite a few of these songs in Geezer. In fact, we would do the entire Blue album, Weezer's Blue album, and mix in lots of songs from this record. And so there are flyers that say Blue Little, BLOO Little, where we would combine the two album covers. So thanks, Zach, for that.
Interesting, because I have never seen the Pixies live. I know that's going to come up, but I have seen a cover band do them. I went to Austin, Texas, and I had a friend who said, if you're going to Austin, you have to see a show at the Mohawk. And it's a really cool venue. And I looked up what was going to be there that weekend. And it was 3 bands covering 3 albums. The opener did Doolittle. Nice. The second band came out and destroyed, perfect note for note reproduction of Radiohead's In Rainbows. Just like,
wow.
Like call it, right? It's perfect.
Whoa.
And then the headliner was Weezer's Blue album.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. And what was the name of the Pixies cover band?
I have no idea. I got to find it.
That's always the best part of cover bands.
Right. Well,
no, they were actual. I'm sorry, they were actual bands in Austin. So they were like, "Hey."
Okay. They weren't a regular cover band. Gotcha.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's how Geezer started. Rookie card doing Weezer. You never know. All right, let's talk Pixies. I figure most people that are listening already know a lot about them. This is one of the most, what words do I even use? Well-regarded alternative record of all time. So when looking around for stats and information about them, I got more than I could ever want. So many people have talked about this. So many podcast episodes have been done on this album. It's ridiculous. Just the basics. In 1986, they formed when Black Francis, or as he was known on stage, Black Francis, who was the vocalist and rhythm guitar player, met Joey Santiago when they were going to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. And one Kim Deal answered an ad looking for someone to play bass that likes Husker Du and Peter, Paul, and Mary.
No way.
She did not own a bass. Yep.
That's cool.
Great combo. She didn't own a bass, but she was interested, and they smartly took her on, and then eventually got David Levering on drums. And they put out a bunch of EPs and singles, and then finally Surfer Rosa. Was there another full length before then? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was lots of stats. That's the thing. Like, I'm curious if the three of us, if you two are mega fans any more than I am. I mean, I only ever owned Surfer Rosa and Doolittle, but
no,
we'll get to that.
No,
anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they were signed to 4AD Records in England and were Godhead in England, which I love. And seeing and hearing about them being so big over there always is some of my favorite stuff to know about. The British loving the Americans, Pixies, and then after them, Nirvana, which I'm sure we will talk about because they were such a huge influence.
What?
Why don't one of you two tell me what you got on Pixies?
Right. So for me, Pixies will always be associated with moving to college because this came out in
Right.
89. 89 is when we started college. And I'm guessing you guys will say the same thing, which is I was obsessed with the college rock chart in the back of Rolling Stone all the time.
Right.
And
Now you're in college, Dan.
well, it was called college rock back then. Exactly. It wasn't called alternative. It wasn't called indie. And college rock basically told me that the super cool shit went down in college. Like that's where music just got really good. And as great as we thought 91X was, I would turn to the back of that and I wouldn't have heard of eight of the top 10 albums in any given week. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I don't remember. I think 91X was already playing, I think, two of the songs off Doolittle, right? Like Here Comes Your Man.
I don't remember.
Definitely Here Comes Your Man. That's for sure. I think Debaser also. No, I'm sorry. Monkey Gone to Heaven.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
So I think off those alone, I bought Doolittle and I brought it with me to college. And I just have such a vivid memory of like 4 or 5 albums that I played to death when I first got there. I had my little CD player in the corner of the dorm. I'd brought my CDs. Adam and I were just talking about this the other week, how I had them organized by airplay like I was a freaking radio station. I still love that.
No way.
And yeah, and
I mean,
Jim,
it's not that hard. You just when you listen to something, you put it in the far right. That's and the stuff you get
no,
listened
you're
to.
actually totally wrong. If you're in the way back, you can't just jump to number 1. You got to move up in. So every listen was worth like 10 or 15 slots. And if you had listened to some, don't you know, if you don't know I'm OCD by now, if something else had been listened to, you could not pass it that week with one listen. You would get stopped. If you had a second listen, you could move on. So like there were rules, okay?
I love it.
But Jim, every
Holy
Sunday night,
moly.
I would write down my top 10 albums the way they were frozen when it hit Sunday night. I still have those lists written in a notebook. I have a notebook of like 2 years worth of charts. Anyways, Doolittle.
Oh, you're making me feel so normal. Thank you.
Doolittle owned the charts, and I just associate it with getting to college, college rock, my mind expanding. Everybody, you haven't heard Lynyrd Skynyrd? Like all of these bands from all different eras. It was like the internet before the internet. All of a sudden I realized there was so much music, and I just think Doolittle fits in that because it is such a diverse, unique, singular album. And so I think that's the other reason it kind of almost epitomizes that like expanding of my mind. Yeah. So that was the first thing I got. I eventually went back and got Surfer Rosa. I got Bossa Nova. I got Trompe Le Monde. So I wouldn't call myself like a mega fan, but I definitely, Pixies were big. And I guess I'll just say it right now. In the late 90s, I finally sat myself down. I do that sometimes. And I said, you know what? I know you hate this exercise, but you need a top 10 albums of all time. Because when people ask, like, you're like, I don't know. I like so many different things. So I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build a top 10 of all time. We're not going to get into all of it right now, but I will tell you that, OK Computer's on there, which we've done. And something else we've done. Skylarking is on it, which we've done. I'd like to say I think those two would still be on it, by the way, even though I haven't updated it since. And Doolittle was on it then and would still be on it.
Okay.
Wow.
That's how much I love Doolittle.
Okay. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's how much I love Doolittle. And it's interesting because I feel like so much of the press is like Surfer Rosa, Surfer Rosa, Surfer Rosa. I get it.
Don't
like
know the difference. Like,
different
I don't know if
people have different. I just find Doolittle to be way, way better. I think it's more unique. It's more varied. It's more all over the place, which I love about it.
I mean, you're not alone. It definitely makes more lists. But then there was a lot of people who really liked. I guess Surfer Rosa's considered to be more raw because Steve Albini produced it.
I mean, that's the one Kurt name checked. It's why he picked Albini for In Utero, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
I guess there are Surfer Rosa purists, which I find hilarious because anytime someone's a purist about anything, I think it's hilarious. I saw a lot of opinionated people in the last 48 hours talking about this band, and it was just like, wow, interesting. Because I can't tell the two. Like, so many of those songs to me could be on either record.
Interesting. I feel like there's a difference. Anyways, and then live, I'll just finish that really quick. Saw them twice. I think I've mentioned both before. No, I guess the first one, opening for U2. What a great one too on Achtung. And then the first big reunion show they played after however many years at Coachella. At the time, we thought that was the last time we were going to see them, and then of course they have toured nonstop since then. 1,000 times.
That Coachella. Who else was there? Was Radiohead at that
Radiohead.
Coachella? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's considered like the greatest Coachella ever.
And Tom York specifically talked about like what a thrill it was to be playing on the same day as the Pixies, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Damn it, dude. Steve Edwards and Marco Medina went to that. Two of my groomsmen, and I wasn't there. I was just freaking...
Yeah.
It was day 3, maybe?
I want to say 2, but I'm not sure. I just have such a distinct memory of just being so happy. It was a love fest. Like, the crowd was eating it up. There was so much joy in there, and just you're on this open field listening to, Here Comes Your Man, and just the sun is out, and it's just a perfect friggin' day.
Nice.
So that's me, guys.
So I don't really remember hearing that much about them early on. For whatever reason, my first memory of them is... Oh, that was quick. I guess I'm gonna put on hold because the man who picked this album for us to rank has entered the chat. Hello, Zach.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's happening? Thanks for having me on.
Hi, Zach. Nice to see you.
Hey, Zach.
So we were just talking about our overall memories of the band, and you came right in the middle of me talking. So you're interrupting me just like our old times on stage. But you just got back from a train trip during the winter. Why don't you tell us what that was about in 80 words or less?
We just did this incredible Canadian train tour where we lived on an old-fashioned Christmas train for 2 weeks, and it went all through Canada, down south through like Texarkana and Idaho, and ended up in Shreveport, Louisiana. And the band basically keeps your gear set up the entire time in one entire car. We roll into a town, the door goes down, there's like 500 or 5,000 people there. You play a 30-minute set in the rain and the snow, some Christmas songs. The mayor comes out and hands a big check to the local food bank charity, and then the doors close up, we go to the next town. We do like either 1 show a day or 5 shows a day in between there.
Lead singing. That's a nice holiday.
It was definitely an adventure for the lifetime. It was super fun.
So Pixies, I knew you were a fan from when I first met you, and I remember I was wearing your hand-me-down Pixies dog shirt at one point. I was lucky enough to be a size or 2 smaller than you, so I got some of your cast-offs. Remind me, or tell me what your first memories were about discovering them in the late 80s.
I discovered them in the summer of '89, which is, I think, when Doolittle came out. I was hanging out with my friend Sean Flaskamper, who was kind of like my older friend who turned me on to all this cool music. And that particular summer was probably the best musical summer of my entire life, where I discovered, Red Hot Chili Peppers and Fishbone and De La Soul and all these bands that were, bubbling up. And Pixies were just one of them. And I just fell in love with Doolittle. That's the first one I heard, and then I got all of them. And I became kind of obsessed with their whole lore because they were so mysterious. And they're from Boston, where I was at the time, so that was cool. Nice. And then that summer was all about Doolittle. And then we discovered the B-sides, which I was really into. I still think those B-sides are as good as the album, Manta Ray. We were at my school, and those ones, Bailey's Walk. And then drove cross country and saw them play. And I saw him that summer open for Love and Rockets.
Oh my
in Boston. And then we drove cross country, me and my friend Sean, to go to San Francisco. And halfway through in Boulder, they were playing again, opening for Bob Mould, who I'd never heard of either. So I saw them twice in '89 on the Doolittle tour, and then didn't see him again until after their Coachella reformation. And I saw them I've probably seen them at least like 6 times since their regrouping.
Right. We neither of us could remember if we went to the same Palladium show, like when they first did a Doolittle anniversary tour. We both went to it. We both remember going, but we can't remember if we actually went together. I don't know.
I just remember she came out on stage and Kim just goes, B-sides. And
right.
they play all the B-sides. Then they play Doolittle after that. And that was cool because I love the B-sides.
Nice. So if you had to pick one that you like might skip, is there one?
Yeah, probably if I had to skip one, it'd probably be Silver, right? Not Sliver.
Silver, sorry.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a cool song. It's a cool vibe. But if I'm going to play someone, hey, check out this band, that wouldn't be the song I would play for them. I would say, I think I compared it to, it's the I'm in touch with your world of Doolittle.
I'm in touch with your world. So don't deny I hate it. I'm in touch with your world.
Yes.
Which is a cool Cars song, but it's probably the weakest song on the first album. On an otherwise perfect album, you know?
Agreed.
So yeah, I'd say Silver if I had to skip one. I can't think of any other one that's even skippable on Doolittle.
Well, when it comes to your big favorite or favorites, what are your go-tos?
It's funny because if I make a mixtape for someone, I usually put on one of the songs from the B-sides, like either Manta Ray or I love Bailey's Walk too. Bailey.
Take some steps and bobbed his head. It spins.
I don't need your half-hour lecture on the B-sides. Give us your top 3.
But on the album proper, I definitely have it narrowed down to 3 songs, even though Monkey Gone to Heaven is like the one song you probably would play for someone to turn them on to Pixies. But I just consider that and Here Comes Your Man like kind of overplayed for lack of a better word. So my 3 favorites, I think for sure over the years that I always return to are Mr. Grieves, Number 13 Baby, and Hey. And out of those, I would probably put Hey as someone's like, hey, check out this band. It just grabs you right away. It doesn't sound like any other song I've ever heard. Just the arrangement of it is so weird. Yeah. And his voice is so good. And the lyrics are so bizarre.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, if I have to pick one, I would probably say Hey, even though Mr. Grieves is a close second because my old band used to cover that.
Definitely.
And yes, that's why like Mr. Grieves kind of holds a special place in my heart. But if I'm going to go for one song, I'm going to say Hey is my favorite song on Doolittle.
Awesome. Well, we consider your opinion to be expert. You're one of the. I think you're the only person that we've had back twice. You were our guest on the Cars, and now this. So, thanks much. Good memories of doing. Here Comes Old Men.
I just watched that last night. You sent it to me. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sounded pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised. Nice.
Never wait so long. Here comes old man. Here comes old man.
Right on. Well, I know that you're still on East Coast Canadian time. You just put your kids to bed. Thanks for sneaking off to talk to us for a little bit.
All right. Well, good luck, and we'll see you on the road, kiddos.
All right. Thank you much, Zach. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Have fun.
All right. Thanks, Zach. All right. So back to me. Was just saying how like in '89, I didn't have a clue. I wasn't as cool as Zach in 1989. He has a year on me, so he was a lot cooler and playing in bands. But my first real memory of them is going to a party in the East Bay, where I was living briefly. Just visited Dan up there. First time visiting Dan in the room that he's in finally in Oakland. And I went to a party, and everybody was in the kitchen just singing at the top of their lungs this record. And I was like, wow, I didn't know they were that big of a deal. And it was that night that I realized they were a huge deal for a lot of indie kids. And I grew to like them. And I think it was right around that time I wrote my very, very first song. And it was about a girl who had maybe gotten together with another guy while we were dating who like gave her a bass. And so I worked the line, it's not like she was going to be a big kin deal, into it, my very first song. My first pop culture reference worked into a song.
But not your last.
Black, right, no kidding. Saw Frank Black that year at this crazy holiday show. I want to say I mentioned it. I don't remember who else we've talked about, but it was in like this weird shopping mall. I think I was telling you about it, Dan, the other night, because it was in some weird fashion center mall or school or something, and it was it was such a 90s lineup, other than Adamant, who played, but Rancid, Frente, Frank Black, and Big Audio Dynamite 2 played that night.
Great.
But then a few years later, I finally started playing, doing solo shows, thinking, oh, maybe I'll have a band someday. Played a couple of solo shows and got a call from one of the local promoters, Harlan Schiffman, and said, would you want to open up for Frank Black at the Casbah, which was kind of our main local club? And I was like, are you kidding me? I'd only done 3 or 4 shows. So it was me and our high school classmate, Stymie, who was a year behind us and played in bands around town. He was in a band called Inch that toured nationally, and Frank Black. And it was the two of them had another guy on stage. I was by myself, scared shitless at this packed opening show. Made it through, and I ended up meeting people later in life that were there saying, God, you were so good that night. I didn't even know who you were, and you were so gutsy to be up there by yourself, and those other guys didn't. I was like, holy shit, okay. Didn't get to meet him.
Yeah, but it's such a great compliment when you come off stage and somebody just says to you, boy, you're brave.
Right.
It takes guts to do what you do.
I saw you up there.
Didn't get to meet him.
And then didn't get to meet him. I mean, I probably could have, but I didn't know what to say to him. Hey, thanks for letting me open, which he had nothing to do with. Right. But a few years later, they got back together and did see them on that very first reunion tour, UCSD Remac Arena, the biggest crowd sing-along I've ever heard in my life. And it's just one of those bands where people have been waiting, 20 years? No, 80.
No, that's the Oasis
10 years, 15 years, whatever.
Yeah.
2004, 2005. Super fun. And then Zach and I both drove up to LA to see them. They were touring, playing all of Doolittle, and saw them at the Hollywood Palladium. And that's pretty much it for me.
Jesus,
Dan,
that's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I got to open up for the dude. We're tight. Didn't say 2 words. Didn't say 1 word.
Yeah. Well, I think Dan's already gone, so I'll go.
No, right? I'll tell my story again. So, guys, it's 89. I'm moving to college.
It's been an hour and a half.
It's been a while.
Let's reset where Dan's at.
Seriously.
My notes say Dan or Jim, and I forgot that. I'm like, didn't Dan already
Adam has forgotten already that I went, so I'll go again. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, really quick. So, mine's really simple. Here Comes Your Man. Heard it. Loved it. Got the album and went, wait a minute, this isn't all pop classics. Like, And
Jim gets to track 2, Tame, and he's like, wait, what have I done?
Tame. More like lame. No, just kidding. No, I fucking loved it. I remember we had moved into the dorms at UCSB, and Isla Vista is like the college town right by the college. I remember it was the first time we went out for beers at McBurley's, and it's like 25-cent Wednesday monster beer night. And there's this big picture of a Tasmanian devil, of the Tasmanian devil holding a beer. And I just remember the Pixies were playing. And it was, I think it was the whole album. But I walked up when Monkey Gone to Heaven was playing. And I was like, is this what college is? I mean, I'm going to absolutely love this. Yes. So, guys, I only have Doolittle. Never had another Pixies album. No? Not one.
True. That's super Jim.
When I heard Doolittle, I did not have gigantic in my head already, so I was
Same.
like, who is that beautiful songstress voice, the sweetest voice in the world, singing these little touches. And by the way, I've ranked all of her little side parts.
Yes.
Amazing.
Do we even have to go into that it's Gigantic is their best non-Doolittle song, or is that even a thing? We didn't discuss. Usually when we rank an album, we talk about what our favorite song outside of this album is, but we didn't even.
No, yeah. But anyway, my point is that when all of a sudden the bass player who sings is now forming her own band, I was like, hello. And so I loved the Breeders' first album. I saw the Breeders, I think with you, Adam, in San Diego at some festival, and they came out and they
were you at the Infamous?
They walked right off the stage after beer
Yes,
bottles
they
were being
did.
thrown at them or something like that. And it was like,
I was not
what
there.
Ew.
Oh, God. that was-
Lollapalooza, 94. Very famous.
Yeah.
There's water bottles. And I don't remember if they even started a song before
they
they
did.
walked off.
Yeah, it was like it was horrible. I mean, I felt for them, but it was just a horrible situation. Anyway, my point is, nobody asked. Is her name Darcy, the Smashing Pumpkins bass player?
Yeah.
I didn't need a solo album from her, but I did need a Kim Deal like side project, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. I love it.
It's funny that you mentioned Darcy, because I thought of the Smashing Pumpkins too as the two bands that have been most idiotic about kicking out bass player after bass player. And like there's just lines of like great bass playing women that continue to just get like cycled through with both of those bands.
Oh.
I mean, I love the Muffs, and so when their singer Kim Shattuck became their bassist, I was like, how genius to replace a Kim with a Kim, and everything I heard about how that went down was not cool. So I can't say I have a lot of love for Pixies because of it.
It's part of the reason I won't see them anymore. It's like they just cycle through bass players, they play the same stuff. Yeah.
Not a great live act from a lot of accounts. I mean, it's they stand there. They don't say much. But they sound great.
Yeah.
They sound fucking great. So.
Let's get to the album. Speaking of that.
Yeah. So Doolittle comes out in 1989. It's produced by one Gil Norton, who, as we may know, produced Ocean Rain by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Heard of it.
I did not know that.
So he was apparently trying for a cleaner and maybe even more orchestrated sound. So getting some strings in was definitely a throwback to the Ocean Rain thingamajig. It was recorded mostly at Downtown Recorders in Boston, where the band is from. And it was a huge hit in England. As I said before, they were very big there. So it went to number 8 in England. In a 2017 survey, Pitchfork ranked it as the 4th best album of the 80s. A 2003 poll of NME writers ranked it the 2nd greatest album of all time.
Let's go.
That could have been the one that was Stone Roses' number 1. You'd think I would have looked that up, but of course I did not. It went gold in 1995. 500,000 copies sold in America 6 years after it came out. And it took a while to get to 1 million. It went platinum in 2018.
Wow. Okay.
Good for them. I love it.
So let's rank this record. I didn't mention it while he was here, but Zach is one of the most vocal listeners to say, guys, your podcast is too long. So one of the ways that he mentioned that the occasional guest, or what do you call it, a group ranking that we do was not his favorite. So he smartly agreed to do our 5 favorite and our least favorite, which is the best way, according to some. So that's what we're going to do tonight, guys. Let's start with our least favorite. I haven't thought about an order. You guys have any opinions? Do you have another opinion?
I'll go. Okay. Crackity Jones.
What?
Yep.
Jose Jones told me alone his story. He got friends like Paco, Pico, Piedra.
This moved around.
Like Adam said, do you have another opinion?
I bet you this is fucking great live, dude. This would be a great fucking song live. And I like this song a lot. but it had to. Somebody had to be last, and Mr. Jones did.
Wow.
All right, Mr. Jones.
Holy moly, Mr. Jones.
Something happening and you don't know what it is.
No shit. Well, Frank loves to throw in Spanish.
Yes,
This
he
is
does.
a really good example.
Good
He
album
lived
for
in-
brushing up your Spanish.
No kidding. He lived in
Crackity.
Puerto Rico for 6 months and learned and
Soaked
spoke
it
a bunch
up.
of Spanish. I love the way he incorporates Espanol into his songs.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Into his canciones. All right, I'll go.
Okay.
First of all, we have a tradition to talk about our line. This is especially powerful when we do the whole album, which is the better way to rank an album. But
Amen.
I know we're not doing it tonight.
Amen.
With all due respect to Zach. And so now's the right time to talk about it because, guys, my line is under number 15. There are 15 songs on this album. I need this whole album. I didn't say it at the beginning, but when you talk about an album that's hard to rank, this is on there. Every song is different, and they all fit perfectly because they're all weird in their own way. And something else I was going to say at the intro is I always associate this album with my huge love at the same time for everything David Lynch put out. And I see them as this is the music version of what David Lynch was doing with film. And yes, I know there's great soundtracks like Twin Peaks and Lost Highway, but like this, it's weird and it's deranged. And there are times you're like Zach said, I don't know what we're listening to. I don't know what they're talking about, but it is so fucking cool. It's not weird just to be weird and goofy. It's like, it fucking oozes cool at the same time. So anyways, that is my caveat for all of this. It was really hard for me, but ultimately I am going to go with the yo hoes and say, there goes my gun.
Oh my God.
It's a fun little bit of Clash, which I definitely get hits of Clash through this album at certain times. And I will admit
see that
that
a little bit.
sometimes when my daughter's friends come over and just open the door and let themselves in, I have been known to just yell, "Friend or foe?" which is super fun. Totally works. But it's kind of one thing. It's a weird thing. I love the drum wind-ups. It's super fun.
Yes.
But something has to land in 15. And I had Silver there for a while, Zach, but Silver's a hell of a pirate shanty. And I just
Yeah.
love it. It's too haunting. So I went with There Goes My Gun.
Wow.
It has-
This is a pirate song too.
It is. It is. He has a pirate thing just
Super
like he has
pirate.
a Spanish thing. But this to me is the inferior of the two. If you're going to go pirate, go full pirate, which is Silver.
It's got Kim's probably number one little side thing, you know. There goes my gun.
That's a good one.
It's so
That's a good one.
intoxicating.
I give you that for the Kim rankings. It deserves. That makes me feel better that it did so well in the Kim rankings that I can leave it last in this one.
I thought for sure it was going to be in my top 5. It ended up for me at number 8. Spoiler alert. But
Okay.
number
All right.
9. Number 9 for
Wow.
me. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna have
All
some
right.
different takes, which is why it would have been fun to do the whole album. But whatever.
Wow.
You know, we're doing what we're doing.
Right. I was going to say that I thought number 15, Baby, would be. I could not. I started to say number 15.
Number
I had to say
15,
number 15,
baby. That's hilarious.
That the last place was obvious, which usually we say.
Wow.
For a lot of records, and I'm the only one that picked it.
What?
And for me, it's La La Love You is my least favorite.
You're insane.
Wow, you're insane.
It's silly fun. I love the drum opening. It is so funky.
That alone
Yeah.
makes it not fall in last place.
Shake a butt.
Let alone
Not too
following
hard.
that up with
Not
Shake
too
Your
hard.
Butt. Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
I mean,
And such a little hook too, and the way the second "Love You" is so sincere. I love you. I love you. It's just so good.
Jim, each one of them is like a different character, a different emotion. There's an entire story behind each one of those I love yous.
Yeah.
Let alone yeah.
So I always is that
I'm glad I picked it just to hear you guys.
is that Frank Black singing the whole thing?
No, it's the drummer. David
La
Loveridge.
la love you to me. Okay, that's the drummer. All right.
Frank said, "Sing like Ringo." Drummer.
Perfect. Typecast.
So that's my number 15.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Holy, yeah.
That's my.
I mean,
go ahead.
what were you gonna say, Jim?
I was just gonna say I have it at number 10, and that's the one. Dan, I was like, that's a mistake. It needs to be higher.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
I have it at 11 only because halfway through you've kind of done everything, and it's still another. I mean, it's only a 2 minute 43 second, but I faulted a little bit for like it kind of runs out of the shtick, but it's so unique that I can't imagine it going anywhere further than that. Like deeper.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of humor in what they do and say.
Totally.
This one is way more obvious in like, look at us, we're being silly, and it doesn't really do it for me. This is the only song that I could probably do without, so my line is 14.
I'm really glad you brought up the humor thing, though, because I think it is the reason it's kind of a shock and a bit of a disappointment that live they're just so straightforward, because they're so weird, they're so funny that you think some of that's going to translate.
Kim, and she didn't talk too much because I think she kind of felt a little
loud,
trod upon or whatever, but when we saw the reunion show, I remember her being so funny and chatty, and it was just sort of like they weren't interacting, so she was just like, well, screw it, I'm going to say some funny stuff to the crowd, and she got laughs, and I'm sure they were jealous and whatever. But yeah, I gotta say, like, liking this many of the songs, having the line at 14, I found this album really hard to rank because I like them all so much in so many weird ways. Couldn't decide what to judge it on. Some stuff like rose and sank huge for me. I'm really surprised at where a lot of these ended up. So
I told Jim that everything from number 10 up, like 10 through 5, I am mortified that they didn't make it, but especially like 10, 9, 8, I'm like, these are way too low. I love these songs so much, and I can't believe they're not higher. It's crazy.
So good.
It's crazy.
I will reluctantly say that I hope you pick a lot of the ones that I didn't pick in my top 5 so we can talk about them. So,
and if not, we're talking about them.
That's the one good part about doing the group average. We do get to talk about every song, so there's a chance we might not go in deep on every song here.
Although it's looking more promising given how different our last place were.
It's possible. All right. So we'll go Jim, Dan, and me, starting on the tops. Go ahead, Jim. What's your number 5?
Number 5, the A&R man said, I don't hear a single for another album because this is the single. Here Comes Your Man.
Outside there's a boxcar waiting outside the family store. Out by the fire breathing. Outside we wait till face turns blue.
Yeah. So long. I mean, I'm in love already, and you know, you get the album because you heard this song. At least I did. The opening chord.
Yes,
thank you.
It reminds me of, we just did Oasis. It reminds me of Roll With It. If you listen to the opening chord of Roll With It, there's just anyway. I'm sure you're gonna drop it in.
It's the first song. It's the first note of a riff, though. Right? Right?
Yeah,
What song opens with a chord? Most famous song ever to open with one big chord.
Hard Day's Night?
Yes, A Hard Day's Night.
No.
Yep, which I can't tell from where I read it if it was something that they admitted to or not, but they're huge Beatles fans.
It's I'm going to say it also has a whiff of Jumping Someone Else's Train.
Oh, I get that. I could pick that up. Anyway.
Slow down a bit, I guess.
That is That's a great pop song. I'm glad it came into my life. It's number 5 for me. Easy to play on the guitar. We all learned it, I'm sure.
I just
not until I was in an old man band and we played Here Comes Old Man, but yes. Hard to try and remember how many times the outro are all like, I can't remember the number of times they do each part. Really, there's so much of that on this record where like not just an outro, but like counting where things come in. There's so many cool, weird little bits of off time things and just it's so not normal.
Yep.
It's like not normal where you would put stuff, and it makes it so cool and interesting.
Jim, where do Kim's So Longs fit on her top moments?
That's number 3.
Yes. I knew it was on there.
Definitely the most iconic.
Yep.
He actually wrote that when he was a teenager and tried to get it on early EPs and records, and the other guys were not having it. And it took, I guess, Gil Norton to be like, yeah, this is good. And there was a lot of, I guess, push and pull with him or the band saying that he was trying to make it more radio friendly or
okay, that's interesting because to me, this song is such pop perfection. Yeah. That it's crazy that it's on this album. Like, yeah, it has all the weird touches. It's not like you're like, this isn't Pixies, but I literally wrote in my notes, did they fight against this being on the album? Because you hear about that sometimes when there's that one song they worry is going to define them, and it's just different from the rest of it. And this song is so perfectly pop. I was wondering if they were kind of dreading, like, this is going to take us into territory we're not ready to go into, because
oh, for sure,
it's that perfect. I mean,
look what they did for the video where they wouldn't like lip sync.
I didn't see the video.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you never even really?
I don't remember it either.
Famous. Oh, you don't remember? No. They instead of lip syncing, they opened their mouth and kept it open.
Oh, I've seen it.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. If you've seen it, you remember. It's such a fuck you.
I don't remember it. I love that though. It reminds me a little bit of Superman on Life Search Pageant, like we talked about, where obviously it's not a cover in this case, but it just, I'll say right now, this is not in my top 5. I love this song intensely, but to me, it doesn't summarize Doolittle. It's the same reason I gave for Superman on Life Search Pageant, which I also love. Like, I have no shade for it whatsoever, but it's not enough of Doolittle, but boy, do I love it. And those drum rolls and the tambourine and just, there's so many moments that just make it really perfect. And it's just so impressive for a band that does so many things well to also just write a perfect pop hit. To me, again, it's a kind of a drop the mic for me of like, oh yeah, no, but if we wanted to, we could put out a ton of songs like this and be massive. That's just not our thing.
This was by far the biggest surprise of where it went and ended up this morning, or was it yesterday? No, yesterday or the day before, I had it at number 1, and now it's at number 10.
Wow.
I can't. Like,
I totally hear you.
The loud, crazy weirdness just overwhelms it. When, like, listening to it again, I had it number 1. I'm like, God, I just fucking. Maybe I just love it, like, because I again heard it so much, played it, and that'll kill it for you too. And I'm like, no, there's like so many great little things. And then when I listen back again, all the crazy weirdness, I'm like, nope, that's better. That's what I like more. sorry, buddy. And I like, it's like kept pushing it down. I'm like, oh God, sorry.
Same. I seriously, that's exactly it. Apologizing to it.
Yeah,
that's how I felt. So
what do you got at number 5, Dan?
Oh, I get to go too. That's awesome. Speaking of weirdness, so we all say, like, we heard Here Comes Your Man, we heard Monkey Gone to Heaven, and Tame makes you go like, where am I? But it starts earlier. It starts with Debaser.
Got me moving, I want you to know. Slicing up my eyeballs, I want you to know. Girl, it's so groovy, I want you to know. Don't know about you, but I am moved. I lose you.
And it starts with hitting, what is Unchen Andalou? And why are they saying slicing up eyeballs? And the internet didn't exist. And like, you had to figure out that this was a 1929 horror film co-written by Salvador Dali. And you're like, what? Like, who are these guys? How could you be any cooler than that? You're name checking this super obscure movie, and then you feel in the know. I don't remember how I learned that. I probably read an article somewhere about the Pixies. But
I didn't know that till right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Un Chien Andalou. And of course, we all know the blog Slicing Up Eyeballs, which what a brilliant name.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that a lyric from this song is enough to define a whole thing, and now we all come to know.
Totally. It's like if you know, you know, right?
Yeah.
So, I say it very often, like lead off tracks as kind of statements of like what you're in for on the album. And that's this. And it's just got screaming in every different direction and saying Debaser off of each other differently. And is there even a chorus? Does that count as a chorus? And oh ho 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 is like half of the lyrics. It all just works. It's maniacal,
Yeah, maniacal is a great word for that laugh.
One of the things I love, you guys, when we do these listens where we listen so intently is I owe Black Francis an apology. I always thought he was a good singer, but I don't think I ever realized just how many different ways he uses his voice. So it's not like he's the best singer, the highest quality, but like he does so many different characters. This guy could have had a second career in like cartoon voiceovers. He does like so many different elements, and so this is just a great example where I think his voice really is an instrument like everything else in terms of adding to the feel and the mood of the song. And so that's part of what I love about this too. Plus the guitars, everything's just playing just a little bit off of each other. I think this would be a very hard song to actually lay down on record.
Yeah. I always picture them doing this live, and you know how you go and see a band live that you don't know and you're like, God, that was great, and you get the album and it's all polished and you're like, that moment was just that moment, that Tuesday night at that small club. I'll never recreate that. You don't get that with this, you know what I mean? I mean, Monkey has some plunking violin strings in the back, right? There's some production there, but the rest of it is just freaking, you could just hang a microphone from the ceiling and just go. And you know how the I don't know if this is true, but I always heard that the B-52s, when they were just rehearsing, they would, songwriting was just let's all get in a room and just do what feels good. And that's the reason I know that story is because of Love Shack, when it's tin roof, and then all the band stopped and Cindy goes rusted, and they're like, keep that, right? So I keep thinking about that with this. I mean, when they are just riffing, and they're like, yeah, that felt good, let's keep that.
Totally.
I think the whole album's like that.
It's like we talked about with Replacements, right? Where every time they did it, he would make up different lyrics, and sometimes they didn't even remember which one ended up making the album,
Right. Yeah, I mean, talking about how great it would be to see this live. Famously, Perry Farrell watched them play this song at a festival in England. I don't remember if it was Reading or Glastonbury, where they've been doing huge festivals for decades at that point. And he watched them, and again, a British crowd freaking out for Pixies, and thought, why isn't there anything like this in America? And literally watching them do this song was how Lollapalooza was born.
Wow.
Between that and the blog, it's like this song is really important.
I love it.
Definitely one that I cannot believe didn't make my top 5. Like barely didn't. I've got it at number 7. This is killing me.
I mean, there were times it wasn't in my top 5, so I totally get it. And it's like when time ran out where they stood,
Yeah, it's my number 4. Spoiler, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll come back to that.
We'll get to that in a second. Or you want to do it now?
No. That's it. I've said my piece. It's my number 4.
Oh, shit. Okay, we'll skip you. Well, my number 5 is the song that I thought was going to be my number 1, and that's Tame.
Yes.
Hips like Cinderella. Must be having a good shame. Talking sweet about nothing. Cookie and fish.
And the reason is for the aforementioned crazy as fuck British fandom. There's a clip of them doing this at Brixton Academy, and it is maybe the single most crazy looking crowd I've ever seen in my life. And
Really?
I think about it quite often. It's so good. Frank is not playing guitar on it. He's just up there moaning and inciting this crowd into like a fucking frenzy. So good. It's just guitar bass drums.
Yeah.
And Kim and his harmonized moaning and breathing is just insane.
Number 2. That's number 2 Kim on the album.
Yes, I love it.
Right. So Joey is filling a lot of space if it's just him. I don't know if it's more on the record because it sounds like 1,000 guitars crashing in. Like, it's kind of the ultimate in Loud Quiet, which gets talked about a lot with this band. It's not super quiet, but definitely stripped down. And when that chorus comes in, holy shit.
Can you imagine, Zach was talking about singing 5 songs 5 times in a day. How does he recover from this?
No. That's funny. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, live, you gotta, where do you go after this? Like, this drains you.
It's time for silver. I need a break.
No kidding. But yeah, it's definitely a case of if it was, I mean, we're not judging on live stuff, but I could not, every time I hear that song, I think of this one clip, and I don't remember where I saw it, but it's fucking amazing. And again, there's all these instances of England coming up, and that's who discovered them first, 4AD. When we first played Liverpool, we played with the Pixies tribute band called Hey Pixies. They were fucking incredible. 4 British, 3 guys and a girl, and they sounded exactly like Pixies, like Beautiful. Exactly, and nice as can be. And it's just, I love hearing about the Brits loving Americans. It's just, it's part of it. But when they come in with that avalanche of guitars, and a lot of it is sort of like this, I can't remember, Jim will probably know that it's not a suspended chord, but they refer to it as a Hendrix chord. It's almost like an octave. But they actually played it a bunch in the Beatles' Savoy Truffle.
But you have to have them all pulled out after the Savoy Truffle.
So they were super into White Album. They even covered Wild Honey Pie. But this is one of a few songs where these like crazy guitar. I don't know what to say.
Of course, the Pixies covered Wild Honey Pie. If they're going to cover a Beatles song, that's the one.
Well, and then Kim covered "Happiness Is a Warm Gun" with the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Correct.
She's well acquainted with the touch of a velvet hand, like a lizard on a window pane.
Anyway, Debaser is my number 4 because, and I said that early because I am passionate about talking about the same songs at the same time. So over to you, Dan. Dan, with your number 4.
I love it. Actually, first to my number 6, which is Tame. Since I didn't get to say anything. This hurt me not to have in the top 5. Well, I just was talking about all the different ways that he sings, and I mean the way he screams Tame. First of all, it's not the same. It goes like Tame down, and then it goes Tame, up. And it's just like the number of different ways he hits it. And we just got to talk about, like, he opens up with "got hips like Cinderella." He makes it sound so dirty. I'm like, oh my God, oh God, what are you talking about? And then he follows that up with "I'm making good friends with you." Just like great. These lines to Whisper are unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, yes, Nirvana through the album. And I know Kurt name checks Surfer Rosa, but this is the song on this album where I'm like, oh my God, this is all of In Utero. Like, it just feels like Kurt just hears a song like this and is like, I know what I'm going to do.
Right.
Anyways, my number 4, guys. Jim, thank you for the lovely intro, because my number 4 is Crackity Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about energy, sheer frenetic, like you said, live. This, Adam, you mentioned Oingo Boingo earlier. This reminds me of like the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, and it was just like total craziness. It feels like 1940s unhinged cartoons. maybe including characters like Paco, Pico, Piedra, La Muñeca. I have no idea what the song is about. I did not Google any of this because I don't want to know. The reason I have so much joy is just hearing the band go at full speed and him go, crack, crack, Crackity Jones, crack, crack. So that's all I'll say. The biggest... That's all I'll say right now. More to come. More to come.
right.
Tease.
Adam.
My number 4 is the song that keeps getting mentioned as, why would anyone like that song? That'd be Silver.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. All right.
Which I think is so beautifully haunting and shades of Kim Deal's greatness to come. It's her song, and she's playing the slide guitar on it too, and it is just creepy. It is so like you said, like it's a pirate ship on the ocean creaking. It's just
I think it's after a battle, and like the sails are in tatters, and it's creepy. It's nighttime, and there's been blood spilled.
Yeah, and it's so unlike anything else.
This is a New Orleans song. You know what I mean? Like tub thumping.
Totally.
You know, you know why?
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say with Frank doing the high harmony, which is really cool. Yeah. I think she's going low and he's going up high.
I fell in love with her again when they released that I saw that YouTube clip of them, the Breeders in
the
Big
library
Sur.
or the forest.
The Big Sur, yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of the forest, and it's like, oh fuck, such a songwriter.
I'm just looking for a way around. It disappears this near.
Yeah. Sorry, Pixies. I like Last Splash better, but this is still fucking amazing. So I put this right up with Echo and the Bunnymen's Silver for sure.
Very different.
Totally different.
All right.
3, Jim.
My number 3 is my number 13, baby.
Yes.
Got hair in a girl that flows to her bones, and a comb in a pocket if the wind gets blown.
And if I could rank the halves of this song, the second half of instrumental is in first place. God damn, it can. Is this the only fade out on the album? I think this might be the only fade out.
Could be.
Anyway, great drums. When everything falls out, it's just the drum hits. It's just, oh my god.
Drum beats are so good.
I'm in a state that those chords, that acoustic guitar. Thank God he can be so fucking weird and stand up there with an acoustic guitar like a fucking troubadour. You know, it's just, it's just so. It's such a great dichotomy, and this was one that just moved up, and it can't be beat except for 2 more songs to come. But this is a fucking great song.
Should I go ahead since mine's also number 3?
Look at that.
Okay. Yeah. Number 13, number 3.
Yep.
Just out of 1. Love it. And my very first band is called Pen 13.
Clever.
Not because of this song. It was actually because they wanted to name it Pen 15, if you know that joke. And I said, there's no way. I'm going to be in a band called Pen 15. But we did cover this song.
Got hair in a curl that's close to her bones, and a comb in a pocket if the wind gets blown.
Which I didn't know well. I think I have the album. You know who had it? Summer. 6 Foot Girl Summer. So I always think of her when I hear this song. And we covered it, and I was like, who does that high voice that he does sound like? And unfortunately, it sounds like Adam Sandler, that part.
No.
And once you go back and listen, kind of ruins it.
Yeah, but
sorry.
it sounds better when he does it. It's less
for sure. But
warbly.
It's so good.
But it's
and
so
Jim
great.
absolutely nails it. The outro is so hypnotic.
Yep.
The guitar lines that do the whole outro, every little bit. It's just one of those songs like Another Brick in the Wall or something where you know every little lick and it's so fucking good. I kind of want a tattoo on my tit that says number 13.
I mean, there must be images on the web that you could.
I Google imaged it because, as you guys know, I do backgrounds, and so I definitely thought about that. I think I have safe search on, so I got the Tame version. But I did get a woman I got a woman covering her breast, and just above it you could see the 13. So that almost made it. That almost made it. Yeah,
perfect. So great. All right, Dan, what's your?
I painfully had number 13 baby at number 7. Let's also call out again. He's teaching us Spanish here with Viva and La Loma.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Great. And I love just out of the gate how he is just right away. We're just diving in with the lyrics, and he's diving into the story. And speaking of diving in right away into the lyrics, let's talk about Hey. Long pause. Been trying to meet you. This song is so fucking confident in itself. It just builds so slowly. It takes its time. It's got nowhere to go. It doesn't care. Hey is my number 3. I thought I was unique in that and really clever until I realized, I'm obsessed with Spotify streams, which I don't look at till I'm finished with my rankings. Hey is number 2. And it's the only one with over 200 million streams other than Here Comes Your Man.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Which also, Here Comes Your Man is at 293 million, and Hey is 217. Like, they're both in 200 million, which kind of amazed me. I didn't know this was that big. Because when we were growing up, it wasn't. Like, this wasn't the hit off the album or anything like that. So I love seeing these slow burners that kind of grow over time. I guess, like we were saying before, people love hearing it live. Just the music starts, it stops again, it picks back up. The guitar's doing that high wailing. This has to be somewhere on Kim's on the Kim deal. Yeah, thank you. And again, you've just got like the grunt before said the man to the lady.
Oh, God.
And the other just great one is All Night and Mary, Ain't You Tired? It's like, we talked about the drums in Lala Love You. Like, there's times where these guys want to just be like an old-fashioned soul outfit, It's so funny compared to all the other things they do, like Tame. Totally crazy. Adam's been sending us lately clips every once in a while from like this alternative rock karaoke he goes to where people get up on stage and sing, and I was like, this is the song I want to do. Where it's just like, it takes forever. There's minutes at a time where I'm not singing anything. I'm drinking a beer and then I'm like, I would love to do this.
I heard there's a new TikTok contest or challenge where you're supposed to come in after the drum hit for "And I Love You."
I've seen that.
And everybody's trying to get it exactly right.
Yeah.
So try to get that. He goes, "Hey," and then the bass. Just try to get that right.
That's
it's
great.
Really fucking hard.
That's great. I love it. Anyway, this is my number 3, and if I've got money down that there is one song on this album we all have in our top 5, this is my bet.
Okay.
And with that, I will hand it over to you, Adam.
No, he's already done.
I skipped because I was agreeing with Jem on number 13.
Right, you did. Boy, we're all over the place. Okay.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Jem, what's your number 2?
Hey. Been dying to meet you.
I'm getting closer to my money. My payoff is coming.
Dude, the vamping of this is like stretching that the mother aches with the baby breaks. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And it's so singable and it's so good drunk with the college kids, at the on the patio, in the sun. When this comes on, everybody sings it, and it's just it's perfection. I can't believe it's number 2. It should be number 1. Zach has good
Amen.
taste. Those are 13
True.
and Hey were the 2 that he put up there. Yeah. Anyway.
True. And strangely enough, normally here, Dan would go next. But again, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
So 3 of us in a
Have it
row,
number
even though we
2.
didn't have it quite ranked. You guys mentioned almost all the best parts. There's so many great vocal hooks and guitar hooks.
Yes, the
and
guitar hooks.
Music breaks. I guess it's really like, we talk about influence. Weezer has long said that Pixies were a huge
Love
influence. So I'm sure that Say It Ain't So must have come from this kind of like laid back soul sounding song here for sure.
Yeah.
Been trying to meet you. I was assuming that's Miss You by the Stones. And coming around with some Puerto Rican girls are just dying to meet
Oh,
you.
good point.
For sure. I kind of had to hold my tongue because I thought that I might be, it might be a 3 in a row. But Dan, in talking about how popular this song is, do you know why, part of the reason why that it's so popular? Do either of you know?
I'm now assuming it's in a TV series on Netflix, or there was this is one of those TikTok challenges.
That's a really good guess. It's close to it. It's the 2005 equivalent of a TikTok challenge, because in 2004 and 2005, I think, there was a new website that came out called YouTube. And there was a clip that became one of the very first internet viral sensations, and it was simply titled "Hey Clip." And the screenshot was a girl sitting in a chair with her legs crossed over, and it just says "Hey Clip," and you don't know what it is. And it got so many hits and views that it became one of the top most watched YouTube videos of all time at the time. It was watched about 30 or 35 million. I think it ended up around 35 million views. And what it was 2 young girls in their 20s in Israel lip syncing this song. And
Sounds like a YouTube video.
right? But so long before everyone and their mom was filming themselves singing or lip syncing things, these 2 girls in Israel
They figured out what the medium was for.
Yes, and became celebrities in this this new burgeoning thing. Kevin Smith completely recreated it because he loved it so much, and I thought, what better person to guest rank than literally one of the most famous fans for any band ever. So I reached out and found Alex Maizel, who is now living in Vietnam, and was nice enough to talk to me about mostly her love of the Pixies, and I don't know how much we made the final cut. We talked for about a half hour. And it was, as always, really hard to cut down, but usually not for this reason, because in the end, it was so great to watch her agonize over her rankings. And so I left most of that in. So it's a little longer than we usually let a guest talk, but it was so great to watch her go through what we go through. But eventually, 10 years, almost 10 years after, 9 years after this became such a sensation, the Pixies played in Israel. And they were able to go and see them and meet them. And when they were talking backstage, and there's video of it, they posted a YouTube clip, really cute YouTube clip of them getting to meet them, and they're all excited. And
I hope they said,
"Hey, been dying
to meet you."
I don't believe that came up. I wish it had.
Missed opportunity.
But she had they'd edited them themselves, and now she was going to film school or something like that, and she mentions it, and Frank just says, "Oh, you should do one of our videos," because they had just put out a new record, and they were like, "Okay, like yeah, we want to make videos for like 2 of them. You guys should do one." And so they're like, "Okay."
Amazing.
And you think that's just some like offhanded thing that they're going to say, and it'll never happen. No, they actually let them make a video for them.
Amazing.
So she talks about doing that. And this is my chat with Alex Maizel.
Well, my first question is, how did you find out about Pixies?
So the way that I was born in the 90s, there were no podcasts or Spotify or stuff like that.
How do people in Israel find out?
So we just went to the CD store and got recommendations from the salesperson.
Aha.
So I think
The
that's
cool
how-
person at the record store.
Yeah. They're so cool. They're so nonchalant. Like Pixies was my high school band where I was like feeling like an alien. Just wanted just angry all the time. I just wanted like music that like I needed to scream with.
That's a good one for screaming. And how long had you known your friend? Her name is Adi, right? Is that right?
Adi, yeah.
Adi.
I've known her in high school, but she didn't know the Pixies so much when she knew the Hey song. Like I think I think what was special about this song is that like back then I think everybody could connect to it even if you didn't like the Pixies. So I think that's like the strength of this song. Yeah. I definitely introduced her to the Pixies. Yeah.
That's a good friend. So were you already doing things with video and editing? What kind of video stuff were you doing back then that you could make a video like that?
So yeah, my dad also, he was the one that bought me my first camera, and I was really into video and video editing. I was like in video, in film in high school. And after the army, I started a video editing course, even before film college. So that was like between them, the two. And that was actually my first music video that I ever edited.
Ever?
Like that was my first try.
Oh, wow. That's what a great first video to make. Was the place that you filmed it, was it your apartment or Adi's apartment? Is that what it was?
It was my room at my parents' house. Yeah.
And what city is that in?
It's in the center of Israel. It's called Ramleh. And it's like a mixed city of like Jewish, Arabs, and yeah.
So it was 9 years later that they came to Israel. Is that right? It looks like 2014 was when they came.
2014.
Right.
Okay. And then we did a video.
And then you did a video, which I thought maybe that would take a while between when you met them and when it came out, but it was the same year, right?
It was the same year. Yeah. That's true. We wanted to do it fast. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we did a video for them, but they were part of like they didn't tell us what to do. They just like, do whatever you want. That was like really cool, really exciting. I was so nervous though. I was so nervous that what if they don't like it? What if they're like, what if I can't edit it?
Who did you hear from first when you sent the Ring the Bell video to them?
Like we were in contact with their manager, so he said that they loved it and they like everybody really was excited.
Oh my gosh!
To post it and
That's so amazing. So they didn't have any? Did they have any notes, or were they like, no, it's great? Like
no notes.
I mean, that's even
they were just complete freedom.
So cool that you went from the lip sync to the actual video directors. That's
amazing. Like the most incredible thing that happened to me, really.
So with Zoom and things like this, do you get to talk to Adi ever, or do you?
Yeah, we're talking like sometimes at like mostly WhatsApp. So
nice.
Yeah.
But she's still around.
She has two kids now, so she's very busy, and she's like a therapist. She's an art therapist, which is really cool. She really loves her job.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, my relationship with the song, like with the Hey.
Yeah.
If you want to know.
I definitely want to know. Like, when's the last time you listened to it? What's your relationship with that song been over the years?
So now I'm doing karaoke to it in Vietnam.
I told you.
I love it. I still love it. But there were times like it was like 20 years ago. Like right? Almost
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
20 years this year. I just looked at that. I'm like, that can't be right. But holy moly, it is.
It's true.
I know.
And at the start, I loved it. But then I got sick of hearing it. Yeah,
Sure.
I got sick of hearing it, and I didn't hear it for a long time. But yeah, I will always love it, and right at like now I'm just karaokeing to it. So it's amazing.
great.
So it has a special place in my heart. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
You want
asking
my
you.
ranking? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the big question. This is why we have you here, because you're the expert.
Yeah.
You probably know this album more than I do, actually. So I should have said before, you don't have to pick a least favorite if you don't want to. But is there one that maybe you would skip or you don't like that much on the record?
You know what? I feel like people will hate me for that. But Here Comes Your Man.
Oh, okay. That's
So teenage me loved it. Teenage me loved it. Adult me less. Like less. I still love it. I still like to hear it, but maybe it's because I heard it a bit too much, like many times, and in a lot of radio stations in Israel, they used to play it a lot.
Of course, the important question is what your favorite is, and will it be Hey? Because everyone is wondering.
It's not Hey.
Oh, okay. So before you say, if you had to, what is it? I don't know how many songs are on it, 10 or 12 or whatever. Would Hey be in the top 5? You think maybe?
Yeah. Hey, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely in the top 5. Yes. I think so I wrote like this. The number 1 is Debaser.
Nice. Yes. Good one for screaming.
Just like it works. Yes. And there's a song that I adore, but not in this record. Do you know which? Not in this record. Not in this album.
A different Pixies song?
It's the same song, but just a different version.
Oh, is it the surf version of what is
Wave
it?
of Mutilation.
Oh, it's so fun. Love that version.
Cease to resist, giving my goodbye.
I love this. Yeah, this is my definitely number 3. Yeah.
So wait, which one's number 3? Let's hear it. Let's hear your top 3 in order.
Okay.
You start with number 3. Do a countdown. Start with number 3.
Number
for
3.
drama.
Okay. Why it's so hard to choose? I have like a couple.
This is what my head is going through for the next 2 days. Oh.
Will I choose? Because like through the years they are shifting. You know?
Yep. Oh,
like,
I know.
Like sometimes. Yeah. So number 3, I think, is Gouge Away.
Oh, good one. So good.
I wanna. Yeah, I really like it. I think that number 2 is either. Okay, I'm really having a hard time here.
Let's just do this for an hour. Wait. No, number 4. No, number 2. Wait.
Okay. I have to decide. Between.
I mean, it's not written in stone. Tomorrow it'll be different, right? That's what we
So
always say.
I think number 13
is number 13 is number 2.
Is number 2.
Got it. Okay. They're so confusing putting the numbers in the songs. Okay, all right. And then number 1.
No one is Debaser.
Nice. Yeah. I love it.
Explosive.
Oh my gosh, this was so fun. Thank you so much for taking some
for me
time.
As well.
Early in the morning in Vietnam.
Yeah.
6 o'clock here in California.
Have
a good one. Thanks.
Good one.
Right.
Thank you, Alex.
That was great.
Moly.
That was so
great. She's got good taste in the top 3. I'll tell you that.
What a dream, though.
kidding.
The Pixies ask you to record a video. They just take it sight unseen. I totally get it. Like the whole way through that, you must be thinking, all right, they're not serious. Like this isn't going to actually see the light of day. That's what I would be thinking.
Yeah,
and the fact that it goes from even being asked in the first place to the thing they released the damn thing. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And they're so famously aloof. And even in the video, they're like not even sure, like they don't really get a compliment out of Frank. Like, did you like it? We don't even know. It's so great. I have to send you the video.
But I give them a ton of credit.
Hey.
I give them so much credit that they released it. Like that's
it's called Ring the Bell. So they're not in it. They just they did a video of their friends in Israel, and it looks like a crazy like Flaming Lips video or something where like people are in crazy outfits digging through trash and stuff. And they're barely in it. Her and her friend Adi are barely in it, but it's really a cool video. So thank you so much for talking to us, Alex.
I've got that and Hey Clip both queued up, ready. Once we're done with this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to watch it after?
Yeah.
Or now?
Yeah, for sure. No, after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good God, we got to finish this thing.
I mean, yeah.
You'll be viewer number 35,000,001. It's crazy. Like
it's an honor.
How did it all happen? So strange, but true. Like as far as like YouTube stars and how much we all hate them. Well, here's two that are absolutely cool. So thanks, guys.
Great.
Awesome. So if we skipped Dan, so I could go. That means we're going to hear Dan's number 2 right now. Is that right?
Guys,
Hey was not my number 2.
I want to tell you about a guy.
Was an underwater guy?
He's an underwater guy.
Oh, that guy.
Controlled the sea.
There was a guy. An underwater guy who controlled the sea.
It's interesting. Recently, I listened to the 1980 mixtape version episode again that we did, where we did a select number of songs from 1980, and one of those songs was "Life During Wartime." And we talked during "Life During Wartime" about
Once in a Lifetime.
Is that what we did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I always confuse those.
You are just blinded by David Byrne songs because I took you to the greatest concert either of us have ever been to last week.
That's a different story. Wow, I'm having an off night. Anyways, it's spoken word, and we talked about how spoken word is kind of this own separate kind of category of thing that is hard to do well, but if you can do it well, it's incredible. And of course, it relies heavily on the actual words that you're using and how you do those spoken words. And if you're going to have lines like got killed by 10 million pounds of sludge from New York and New Jersey, you are off to a great fucking start. If you're going to use a voice that has these lyrics that don't seem to make any sense whatsoever, but you're going to use the tone of like narrating a serious documentary film where it feels like this incredibly important thing, like I need to tell you about this.
Right.
That's amazing. And then if you're going to add this entire numerical system of man is 5, which, by the way, he fades himself in and out. He goes, if man is 5,
Yeah.
And then when he gets to devil is 6, every single time he says it different. If the devil is 6, if the devil is 6. And then, of course, God is 7, he just screams at the top of his lungs. In the Sinead episode, another one I listened to recently, I made Nothing Compares to You number 1 because I talked about how she sang every lyric with so much like intent. And I feel the same here about how he works his way through Monkey Goes to Heaven, where, Monkey Gone to Heaven. God, I'm not with it.
Monkey Gone to Heaven. Monkey Go.
He just tells this story. It's like you're on the edge of your seat listening to it. I just have such... of course, Here Comes Your Man is the song that was the single that I love Loud, but this was the song I think that made me go, what is this? Like, who are these guys? What is going on? There was such a mystique around it. And then on top of that, you have the music, and you talk about guitar chords that ring. These chords just ring. They just stay in the air while he's telling this story, basically. And then there's that excellent solo.
The story.
And it's one of those songs where I have trouble pointing to that's the reason this is number 2, this one thing or this other thing, but it all just adds up in a way that I'm like, it's perfection. Well, there's one song better, but it's still perfection.
No, there's not. It's my number 1.
Love it, Jim.
It's absolutely the best. And I was struggling to find anything to say. And you just said, it's hard to, you said a lot and then said, it's hard to talk about this song. Kim's going to get a lot of love on this pod. And I love I love the way she, you know, in the Cannonball video, how she enunciates, over enunciates the lyrics. I picture her doing that with her background vocals here. The chunky rhythm guitar. You're right. There's not a lot that I could say about it other than it's fucking perfect. And I love how you said the ringing songs. I mean, it feels important. It feels important, and everybody would scream the fuck out of 5, 6, and 7 when it came. It's there's a little mystical to it, And anyway, have you guys?
Yes.
You talked about Spotify plays. I can't believe this wasn't 1 or 2. I guess number 2.
Yeah.
But as I was looking at Spotify, watching on my phone, playing the album. The fucking monkey on the cover started blinking at me. When did Spotify started making the cover move? That was freaky.
And by the way, great segue because we have not talked about the cover really yet.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an all-time. It's an all-time, and it screams 4AD. It's part of that style for sure.
Yeah,
and you can just it's one of those. Back then, you stared at album covers while you listened, and it's one of those you just stare at and try to take apart. It's not overly complex, but there's enough going on that you're like,
looks good on a t-shirt. This? Looks good on a t-shirt. It's not like it's like the opposite of the Urge Overkill logo, right? Just like one thing, or Oasis, right? It's
giant
like it's got stuff to look at. Yeah.
It's got nuance.
Guys, I know it's a single and I'm picking it at number 1, but I fucking love this song.
It's a weird single, so it counts.
It is, but I had such an appreciation. I had one of those loud car listens a couple days ago. I'm like, God, it's so good. And I think I had it at number 2, and it went down to number 6. And I'm like, I know with Monkey at number 6 and Debaser at number 7 that one of the other 2 guys are going to put both of those. I'm going to get to talk about them anyway. That was part of my strategy for this. We're on an episode where we're not necessarily going to get to talk about all of them. I'm like, we'll let those guys pick it, and then I'll say.
Oh my God!
Well, it's so good.
Can I say one more thing? Just Dan,
absolutely, it's your number 1.
That guitar solo. I did not know that he says "Rock Me, Joe" right before it, and I was just the lyrics are coming up on Spotify. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And
I still didn't know that. That's amazing.
Totally. Sometimes he'll say his whole full name. I can't remember what his middle name is.
That's awesome.
So good. There's a guitar harmony there. That's so damn good. Halfway through the guitar solo. I don't know if it's Joey or Frank.
Yeah,
it comes up. I'm
the way their 2 guitars
it's so simple and good. Fucking amazing. All right, Dan, what's your number 1?
I get to go again. Guys, I mean, the biggest crime of ranking this album is you should never, ever have to separate Mr. Grieves from Crackity Jones.
Oh my gosh.
They absolutely belong together, but when...
Give me some reggae.
What's that?
Give me some reggae.
When you told me this was the album we were doing, my first thought was, can anything beat Mr. Grieves?
Wow.
And the answer is no. When I say things switched around, something else sat there for a little bit. I love Mr. Grieves. You want to talk about Zach having excellent taste? I couldn't believe when he had it in his top 3 because I was like, I'm going to be alone with this. It opens with the insane laugh, that absolutely insane laugh.
Hope everything is alright. Hope everything is alright.
And do you have another opinion, right? Do you have a non-opinion, it almost sounds like. When we talked replacements, we talked about them doing Cruella de Vil. And I just have something for a seedy vaudeville sounding song.
Yes.
And that's what this is to me. And I think it just sums up the Pixies for me, like my version of it. When I hear this song, guys, it's like I'm hearing music waft out of a demented circus on the seedy edge of town, right? Coming out of the big top. Yeah. I'm dying to see what's behind the curtain. They're like rehearsing. They're not performing. And I'm like pulling back the curtain, and let's go back to David Lynch. I'm like Jeffrey Beaumont who can't help getting pulled down the rabbit hole in Blue Velvet. What's the ear? I'm going to solve this. I'm going to go down the... And it's just like, I get pulled in, and it starts going at this double pace, once the opening reggae thing is done. And then, of course, at 1:37, we're into full chorus line, right? Let's start doing the kicks.
Yes.
I believe. Just bringing the fucking thing home. Dun, dun, dun. In Mr. Grieves. And it even ends on that final note. Bah, and jumps right into Crackity Jones. And it is the ultimate 1-2. The real number one is Mr. Grieves / Crackity Jones. But if forced to separate, I'm giving it to Mr. Grieves. It is a delight. And the whole thing is a minute 24. No, that's Crackity Jones. It's 2:05.
Yeah, he was really intent on keeping it short, and there's a famous story that I've seen mentioned quite a few times where Gil Norton kept going, why don't you repeat this part? Because the songs are only this long. And finally, Frank walked him around the corner to a record store, picked up Buddy Holly's greatest hits and said, check it out. How long are these songs? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, great.
And that was his way of telling him, like, short is good. And man, some of these songs, they end really quick. And it's so cool that they end so quick.
And this one doesn't feel like it's prematurely short. It feels like that's exactly what that idea was. Done.
Yeah. There were definitely quite a few times where I'm like, whoa, how long is this going to be? Like, I could feel it getting to the end of a song on a few songs on this record. I'm like, oh, these are all short. And then I read that story. And I'm like, yep, perfect. Love it. All right. I guess that leaves me for number one. And on the U2 episode, we were talking about how, I think it was Silver and Gold, or no, In God's Country was sort of like an AI, give me a typical
U2
song for this album.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like my pick for number one is that it's like all the best parts of Doolittle into one song, and that's Gouge Away.
I knew it.
Nice.
Gouge away. You can gouge away. Stay all day if you want to.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And to show how little I know the difference between what's on this album and what's on Surfer Rosa, I was waiting for Where's My Mind, because when we were doing those Blue Little shows, we would do Where's My Mind into Only in Dreams because they're very similar. And I'm like, oh, it must be on here, but it wasn't. So we were just cramming another Pixies song in there where we could. So when it went into some other random band, when I was listening to it on Spotify, I was like, wait, what? It's over already? That's the last song? But once I figured it out, I was like, oh, that's a great closer. It's so good. We didn't really talk about, I guess there's a lot of biblical references throughout, and I'm no biblical scholar, but this one is talking about the story of Samson and Delilah. So there is some gouging out of eyeballs in that story. So not one, but 2 eyeballs getting sliced on this record.
All right.
One on the first song, one on the last song. I thought that was kind of cool. There is a really cool, I don't know where you have La La, or if you have that on your Kim list, Jim, but there's like a single La La on there that I love more than all of La La Love You combined. It's so like, she's just like throwing in her little...
Yes, it's like a... yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's actually like the chorus starts it, gouge away, you can gouge away, and then it slams into a loud verse. So like the ceiling falling down and the loud guitars like in Tame or Radiohead's Creep or whatever that. It's kind of like an opposite of Quiet Loud. It's or where they put it. It's the main hook is off the top, quiet. And the whole song is just so hypnotic. Like it's the perfectly hypnotic pace. It's a little bit like the end of the bass is so fucking great. Simple, great. Jan, when they all kind of come in on those hits. It's maybe my favorite part of the whole record. I realized that with each time, I'm like, God, maybe this is getting more and more up the ladder. And here's where it stayed. So that's my number one.
I love it. And then
Great
that
song.
guitar over the top of that bass, just wow, just like, all those crazy,
Like a cat.
just noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about Quiet Loud, like, or Loud Quiet, whichever one. In my notes, I put like, this to me is the best example of that on the album. And maybe that's why what you're saying when you say like, it's the AI, it's the best example. Yeah, when it explodes in this song, it's just, it's so good. It's so good.
What a fun, random listen. I would have been happy with whatever anybody said. Like, it didn't really matter because I love these songs so much. And it is interesting that our opinions did differ enough. We talked about, what is it, 12 out of 15
We didn't talk about
songs.
I Bleed, Dead, or Wave of Mutilation. Interesting. That's maybe the most surprising of the three that we didn't talk about.
Wave of Mutilation, which, if I'm not mistaken, Jim, your college band used to play.
Yeah. Was it Pump Up the Volume? Was that the? Did that have that
Surf?
Yeah, the
Surf version.
Surf version. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been on
the
that
soundtrack or something. I remember. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know why I don't love it like I do the others. Anyway, it's weird.
It's good.
I think it's it's so good, but I do think it's a little more straightforward versus so many of the other songs.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, the three that we didn't talk about were my 12, 13, 14. So I got to talk about pretty much everything I really wanted to. Whenever we argue about which way we should count down this podcast, I always say, no one cares what your second to last place is. That's always my my thing.
We didn't talk about I Bleed, did we?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bleed, Dead,
Really good.
and Wave of Mutilation were the three we didn't talk about.
And they're all great.
They're all above my line. Jim, where's your line,
Thank you.
Jim?
Oh yeah, Jim, where's your line?
10 and up.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Approved.
Well,
Approved.
thank you, Zach, and thank you, Frau 1, wherever you are out there in the world. Please let us know that you exist, for suggesting that, and we'll do another request vote in 10 episodes. But up next, who's picking?
I don't know. I know it's not me.
Oh, guys,
It's not me.
it's this monkey's turn
Oh.
to pick.
We all
guys,
get our turn.
What'd you say?
We all get our turn.
What did you say? That sounds ominous, Jim. You sound worried.
That's a Pixies line.
I think you guys are going to like this. So this is one that when I first picked it, I'm like, okay, Adam's going to totally dig it. But then I was like, holy shit, I don't know Adam at all. Like, he didn't like Oasis. So, this is a total wild card now. I don't know where Adam stands. And Jim, I don't know anything about what you know, feel, or even think about this album. So I'm very curious. I said I like me some spoken word. Did I not say that? And Jim did just pick Monkey Gone to Heaven.
Yeah, which is completely great as opposed to the spoken word
Rap.
on Bullet the Blue Sky, 100, 200.
Okay.
So
all right.
it
So
could be, we can go
we've
either
got
way.
the two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So the question is, where does the following album fall? It sounds like Adam wants to venture a guess.
Well, is it? It's not rap, is it?
What is this? What is this even? I don't know, but no, I would not call it rap.
Is it a 90s record?
Correct.
Is it from New York?
I believe so.
Say
I gotta
it.
guess. Is it Soul Coughing?
Correct.
Holy shit!
Good job. It is Ruby Vroom by Soul Coughing.
Holy moly! Wow, just from spoken word, but not rap.
Yeah. Good.
Damn, I'm good sometimes.
Sometimes when you're on, you're on.
Wow.
Someone had to be.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, that was fun. We'll talk. Oh, there's a lot of counting on that album. I don't think Jim's going to like it. 5, 10, 15, 12.
Hey, we
Well,
just
we'll
did
talk about
5,
it.
6, 7, and that was his
That's
number
true.
one. So
That's true. Hey, we worked 6, 7 in there, and we got to stare at Dan's background Zoom the entire time. He made a 6 and 7 with a devil and a god behind him.
doing 6, 7.
It's perfect. That's perfect. So, for all you youngsters out there.
They were ahead of their time. They were ahead of their time.
Well,
all right,
thanks
guys.
for 50 episodes, everybody. Thanks for coming to our anniversary party. It was fun.
Happy anniversary, guys. You remembered. I'm touched.
All right.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later. Please subscribe, rank, and review our show at your favorite local podcast shop, and send us a note with you know what you should do's to wewillrankyoupod@gmail.com. After 3 years, you can finally tip your hosts on Venmo at We Will Rank You Pod. We'd surely appreciate it. If you like our little show, then you'll love all the fun stuff we post on our social media, so follow us at We Will Rank You Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, and let us know what your most loved and least favorite songs are. You know best.
Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies from their 2024 EP, Doolittle even less than that. Streaming everywhere.